I challenged you all to beat my best Layer 2 time, and you certainly delivered. This is the rough story of how my God Slayer PvE build was pushed to its limits and beat Layer 2 faster than I ever expected. If you don't know, not that long ago I bountied beating my Layer 2 time and said whoever beats it and stayed undefeated for 3 days would get 3 Storm's Eyes from my bank. Also, by the way, I will still leave this bounty up for another week after this video, if you want to try to beat my time that I eventually get. So anyways, once I put up this bounty, the time that I set was 3 minutes and 59 seconds. That's a pretty good time to start with, considering how easy it is to use this build. The time did not even last for a day. Apologies if I butcher this, but Play 1N, or I think it's more pronounced Plane, beat the time with a 3 minute 54 second, and he pretty much just used better movement than what I did on my run, so I was dethroned already. But what happened next, I could have never expected, because someone who has taken the Chaser world record a total of 5 times, if not more, and arguably the player with the best movement in the whole game, Nebrula, took the record with an additional 5 second save. That may not seem like a lot, but when we're talking about a run that was as optimized as mine, 5 seconds is a huge deal. So not only did my record get beaten once in under a day, but now the current best Layer 2 PvE player is trying to get the bounty. And the sad part was, no matter how many runs I did, I could never seem to beat his time. I was about to lose 3 Storm's Eyes. A new run was submitted, but it was not my own, and Jesus Christ did Yam Man get some insane RNG. He rolled the Divine Greatsword before Bonekeeper just to kill it faster, and then accomplished a feat that I thought was impossible, and then did it to the extreme. He got Divine Great Axe right before Chaser, and didn't just one cycle Chaser with no Chain of Perfection, a feat no PvE build has done, but he took that a step further, and allowed Chaser to burn to death, which means he dealt the full 25,000 damage in a mere 7-second duration. Considering no other PvE build in the game has done this, and you can see the health pack that he gets when Chaser is knocked, Yam Man's run was stupid to say the least. And to this day, I haven't even been able to get that good at Chaser, so huge props to him. Anyways, after watching this insane run, I decided to keep going, under a different motivation. I didn't really care about the Storm's Eyes anymore, but I wanted to prove that my build had so much more room left to go without purely relying on RNG. Since if you don't know, part of the reason this PvE build exists is to provide consistent and low RNG Layer 2 runs. So now, it was not only the best Layer 2 speedrunner in the world, but it was also the best user of my PvE build. All of us going head to head to see who could get the best time, and if I would keep my Storm's Eyes or lose them. Anyways, after getting back to practice, I kept getting faster and faster times. To beat Yam Man's time, I would not only need far better movement, but I also had to rely on a good Bonekeeper spawn and good blood jars. Luckily, the Bonekeeper spawn can actually be manipulated by going to a certain part of the bridge, which was very useful. So after about 2 days of running, I finally got this insane run. I picked up the key as fast as I could and started ice skating. Also, sorry for no game audio up until Chaser. I clipped me listening to a YouTube video, so there'll be no audio. After doing that previously mentioned spawn manipulation tech on the Bonekeeper, I got the best possible spawn, which allowed me to kill him in under 5 seconds using all my mantras. I killed him so fast, Glacial Arc wasn't even off cooldown. However, I messed up the tech. This lost me a few very valuable seconds, but I decided to play out the run anyways. Generator is on, and I'm starting to ice skate across the map. I ice skate across Bounder's Nest again, and ascend. Once I reach this platform, it all comes down to just how good my Chaser fight is, so I hope you enjoy watching it. With no crazy slots of less RNG, my hope is to true cycle grip him. The first stun would be the most important. I needed to get the most amount of damage I possibly could on Chaser. Luckily, I landed the maximum amount of hits and 2 spine cutters. So at this point, I basically had max chain stacks on Chaser and would do a ton of damage. With good blood jar placements on the second Chaser stun, I waited below Chaser for the next stun. And after he came down, I managed to grip him quickly, getting a 3-minute and 20-second layer 2 on the dot. I saved the clip and sent it off for verification. After it was submitted and verified by Toop, it was retimed to 3 minutes, 41 seconds, and 833 milliseconds, a mere 700 milliseconds faster than the former record with my build, meaning that I had taken back the record for the best layer 2 on my build, and had the best Chaser kill I had ever seen, and I did all of this without RNG strats. The bounty's still on, so hey, if you think you can claim it, go ahead. Make sure to like and subscribe for some more PvE content, and remember, this is only the beginning of Deepwoken's best PvE build. The build showcase is also linked at the end of the video, by the way.